You along. Believe me, it's absolutely a fantastic day when I catch up with a good friend of mine coming out of Germany, Jorg. Now, look, I've just got to do it, to be honest. Check us out.
Welcome to my world.
Yeah, it's been a while since I've exercised that one, actually. I'm going to go over and have a chat to a good friend of ours, Jorg from Jorg's World. And believe me, Barbara has this deal where she loves to be able to put me up against other professional radio announcers, TV presenters, you name it, even actors. Jorg is not only a radio presenter for PlutoRadio.com, radio presenter for Power Plant Radio Organisation, radio presenter for Dr. John's Unsigned Surgery, I know John well, radio presenter for International Radio Deutschland, and look, the list just goes on. It really does. So, feel sorry for me. I'm up against the professional today. But in the meantime, let's go with this one, including Jorg. Yes, here's Inquisition right here from Acetone. Oh, I didn't get that right. How do you pronounce that?
What did I pronounce? What did I do wrong? Oh my God.
Acetone.
No, it's that easy. It's atenom.
Atenom.
The A-E and
Yep.
then the ternum. Atenom.
Okay. Well, there you go. Get the author to explain it. I Kiwify things, you know what I mean? I do. It's not working?
No, you
Okay.
have to log in.
I have to log in.
Yeah.
No, I'm not logging in.
If someone shared it, I might be able to find it.
No.
Sorry, I'm having problems with
Yeah,
my Facebook Live.
Barbara's having problems with her Facebook Live connections this morning.
Sean, sweetheart, can you share it to my galaxy107fm page suite? Thank you. She's tuned in. She's
Oh,
watching.
nice.
Meet Jorg, isn't he cute?
I'm going to see bro.
Yeah, No, it's actually a microphone. What are you talking about?
Yes.
Yeah,
Hi, Cheryl and Sean, thank you. Hey, can you just share that so I can pick it up on my other phone for Grant? Just
Yeah, I'm
share it-
blind.
Share it to me. Hi from Illinois.
Everybody,
Anyway,
please share it to Barbara. I'm
Please.
blind otherwise.
Okay.
What we usually do is I have another device that Barbara gives me that shows me the show that she's streaming live, if you know what I mean, and I get to find
Hi,
out
Donnie,
who's there
how are
with us.
you?
Nice to have you on board, Donnie.
Yeah.
Sean, love
and Cheryl. And Cheryl.
you guys, and
Cheryl
Cheryl as well.
Arnold.
No, Cheryl Schofield?
No, Arnold.
Cheryl Arnold, of course. Too many Cheryl. I've been way too many Cheryls today.
Yeah,
I'm
we
sorry.
don't have too many Jorgs though, do we?
We don't. Yeah, and coming out of
He's the
Germany-
one and only Jorg. Look.
He is. Atenom.
Atenom, yeah.
Atenom. Oh yeah, that's easy.
Makes me want to go do 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 do. Atenom do 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 do. Sorry.
No.
Yeah, exactly. You know, Atenom do do do. Oh my gosh. I'm in one of those moods today, literally. Poor old Barbara stepped right into it when she started the show this morning. I don't think she's going to recover anytime soon.
All right.
Oh, we're going. We have eyes.
Thank you to Karen. Looks like she's tuned in. That's the girlfriend.
Oh, well, I better be
Yeah,
nice.
well, she's online too.
Yeah, I better be nice, Jorg. The missus is watching.
Yeah, we had a problem before with Facebook Live. If anyone tunes in...
Is
can
that
they
a cigarette or is it something other?
No, it's a plain and simple cigarette.
Okay, good on you, bro. Not enough smoke. It's a dying occupation, isn't it?
Yes.
Sean Simpson is with us this morning, and it's an absolute pleasure to have Sean and Donnie Coulter. Nice.
And there's Karen. Hi, darling.
Karen's watching as well. Nice to have you on board, Karen.
That's Jorg's girlfriend.
And
Hi,
Emily
sweetheart.
Shea is on board.
Hi.
She says, hi, Jorg.
Hey, people.
Yeah.
Yeah, literally. She goes, hi, Jorg. So nice to have her on board. Terry Van Cannon's with us as well. And Karen?
Oh, Terry. Hi, Terry.
Is it Karen
I'll
Schmidt?
meet him on
Yeah,
Friday,
it's your
on next Friday,
girlfriend.
Are you? Terry Van Cannon? Are you?
Wow.
to prepare him for a little streaming show in the next time
Awesome.
for a Sunday.
Bro, Terry is such a good friend of mine, and I know he will be in absolutely great hands with you, my bro. I really do.
Well, that's what it's about, networking, who we meet. With,
Exactly.
like, get
So
people together,
I'm so
that's
happy
fantastic.
that you're doing that. I really am, because Terry's a great guy. He really is. You know what I mean? But I got to let you know, he might actually introduce you to some of his friends. You know what I mean?
Yeah, sure. I'd love to.
I'm sure he knows everybody in North Carolina.
Yes. That's not so large,
which
I
is,
guess.
see the
Yeah,
flag
in
up there.
fact, one of the guys he introduced us to was a guy called Smitty and the Jumpstarters, or Brian Smith. And
okay.
Brian actually sent us his flag from
Yeah, which
North
is here.
Carolina.
Okay.
Now,
And how does it look like?
oh, well, you'll see it when you see the
Yeah,
video that we
need,
send you.
we need a
Okay.
German one.
Yeah,
we need to
we-
send a
Combination.
German one.
We need a German one, so I want you to send me one, will you, bro?
I will look for it. I do.
Nice, please, because we want to represent
We've got
Germany
one
as
from
well. so-
Norway, so we've got the Norwegian one.
Yeah, we got one from
Yes.
Norway. We need one from
Yeah.
Germany. You know what I mean?
Yeah, so yeah.
Yeah. But
We've
yeah,
got one
he sent me
there
this.
and-
Brian Smith. He sent me this flag, but it reads on it May 20th, 1775 to April 12th, 1776. So basically, it's only a year. I think it's out of date. I want a new one.
A little bit, yeah.
Yeah,
It
just a
seems-
fraction, you know.
It took a bit on the shipping.
Yeah, and, well, it looks brand new, I got to be honest, but the date on it, I think it's expired.
This is the story behind.
But before I
Hey,
upset any Carolinians, I'm going to
Hey,
give them
yeah, Anne-Marie, that's a good idea. We need a Texas flag.
Yes, we
Yes,
do,
please.
Anne-Marie. Anne-Marie. As a good friend of mine would say, hell yeah! Well, it is an absolute brilliant time to be going all the way back to Germany and catching up with our good friend Jorg. Now, he is a radio announcer. First thing he says to me is, Grant, I'm German. Speak slowly. No. I'm going to speak the way
You're
I
a traitor.
yeah, well, you know, got to give it away, you know. Sooner or later, my friend. Nice to have you back, brother man. How are you?
I'm fine. You know, bad people are always fine. As usual.
Yeah, that's why I'm here as well. So, you know, we get on fine,
Yes.
don't we? Yeah, absolutely. Bad people, yeah. But, well, I got to be honest with you. At least, you see, I can legally get away with saying I've got a voice in my head.
Oh, you should go to a doctor, maybe.
No, literally. It's my on-air producer gives me stats and everything through my headphones. You know what I mean? So I do have yet another.
You have a spy in your ear.
Yeah, well, I do. In fact, that's a good way of putting it because she's married to me. She's my wife.
Yes.
Now, when I,
Okay.
Jorg, I got to let you know, when I explain this to women, instantly they love the idea of the female voice in the head, especially wife, husband. You know what I mean? Some women say, I could camp there all day. No worries, you know what I mean?
Yeah, Grant, but it can be irritating when you're standing on stage playing songs.
Well,
I think.
it could be. You'd be wondering what sort of station you're picking up then, to be honest with you. But they absolutely flip once I say to them, that's all well and good. Yeah, she is legally the voice in my head. But more than that, my friend, she gets paid for it. Now they want a job.
Okay.
Yeah,
that's a good job.
So, Karen, may I recommend it? Literally, that when Jorg is a radio announcer, be the on-air producer, talk to him in his headphones, you never know what you can get away with saying. Round here, everybody tries to distract me as many times as possible. So, Karen, please, I recommend it on behalf of my on-air producer. How's that? Anne-Marie Shea, I love the idea of a flag from Texas. Yes, send us one, please. We want to represent. We really do. So what a great idea. You may see, we collect them. We do. Yeah. And everyone has a meaning. Each and every one has a meaning. So love that idea. I'm also going to get Jorg to send me his national flag as well. We would love to be able to represent Germany, you know what I mean? So what a great idea that is. We do have an Australian one.
Yeah, but it's not out.
And moving on.
You should have one.
I know we do have an Australian one. Well, we have the New Zealand one here.
Okay.
And we have, of course, the Old Glory there, and, of course, the Canadian flag, and a number of others as well, But, yes, my friend, we do have an Australian flag. So we'll move on from that and talk about Inquisition, my friend. This is a great track to start a show with. Tell me all about it.
Oh, I started with Aetanum, Aetanum. I started with the project in 2003 or so. We recorded a few tracks, had a handful of gigs, and that was it. So I never finished all the tracks in a good quality. And last year I had the idea, hey, I have the time because we're in lockdown, And I finished that album. That was the first Aetanum album. That's called Fight for the Ping Pong. No, Fight for the King Kong. No, sorry, Fight for the Kingdom. Yeah, Fight for the Kingdom. And then the idea grew more, and I'm working on new tracks for a new album, and this will be called Inquisition, and it's about the whole story of the Inquisition, with an inquisitor, with a small thorp of pagan people, and all these things around that.
I get that. I really, really do. And believe me, I'm absolutely loving the track myself. And we play it literally Saturday nights and on a Monday night as well. We make sure that there's a little bit of Jorg in that show as well. Literally.
Yes.
Believe me, we do. We make sure of that. Now, by the way, I've got to let you know, absolute pleasure to have been a double on Jorg's World. I got to thank you so much for including Galaxy in Jorg's World. It's been an absolute pleasure. It really, really has. And, on Jorg's World, we met a couple of artists, namely one of them, Khalif Whalen Malta. We've actually just done an interview with him not so long ago. I see you were involved there.
Yes, I watched it, yeah.
Yeah, I was kind of worried about him at one stage. I thought, I've almost killed the guy, literally, because he won't stop laughing. I'm worried. I'm saying to myself, please, bro, please take a breath, please. You know what I mean? I'm waiting for him to black out. I really am. But what a great interview. It really, really was. Then the other day, we caught up with Mark from Fiction 6. Now.
Yeah, Mark, yeah.
What an intelligent young man that guy is.
Yeah, he's a really cool guy and an absolute amazing musician.
Yes.
I love him.
Absolutely. Super talented. Very, very talented. And also, bordering on rocket scientist, actually. He works for NASA, doesn't he?
Used to, yeah.
Yeah, maybe, yeah.
Yeah, because I took one look at his hat, and of course, when I see the NASA, I instantly think never a straight answer. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Well, it's indicative of NASA. They never do give you a straight answer. They never confirm nor deny anything at all. So, you know.
Yeah, it could be complicated to give the wrong answers for
Yeah,
him.
well, it could be. So I says, well, working for NASA, are you going to confirm that there's aliens and spacecraft? And he goes, yeah, absolutely, Graham, no worries.
Okay.
But he says,
To be honest, I missed it.
Yeah.
I wanted to have a look at, but I missed it. I'm so sorry. Mark, please forgive me.
but don't
I'll
worry,
send
Mark
it,
will
I'll
send you a
send
copy
it.
either that or we will. But believe me, he did put in a disclaimer there and say that's my opinion, not officially NASA's opinion, but yeah, absolutely, literally. But having said that, my friend, and I've got to ask you, are you binary or not binary?
I'm a musician with all the consequences.
Yeah, I can.
So you can choose by yourself.
I can see. Well, you know, the thing that's confusing me, really, I want to support this lady. I really, really do. But I found out what binary really means, to be honest. Demi Lovato comes out as non-binary this morning. That's worrying. It kind of, it could be catchy.
Yes,
But, well, you know,
like that.
yeah, but, you know, for a good portion of the morning, I'm saying, well, you know, Demi, if you can do it, so can I. Let's go out together. We'll make a movement. Then I found out what it meant. I retract that immediately. Okay, I do. You know, I don't want to be non-binary at all. But having said that, Christopher Michael is joining us. Nice to have you on board as well. I see also in the news, now this is something, well, you know, maybe not news to you, but us here in New Zealand, we kind of, bit prudish still, I got to be honest with you. You know, we're not as open-minded as the Germans, and it says this morning on TV shows, women and men to compete for first openly bisexual bachelorette. You know what a bisexual male is, don't you, Jorg?
I think I know what you mean, yeah.
Yeah, that's a guy that likes women as much as the next fella.
Yeah.
Yeah, absolutely. Bachelorette, believe me, I think you're going to sell a ton for people to watch that one. Believe me, everybody's going to want to be a part of that one, for sure.
Yes.
I see over in Mexico, they've loosened the rules over there. Yep, you can go out as a luchador now, and as long as you wear your mask.
Same here.
Loving the cup too, by the way. And I've got to thank you. I should have actually worn the T-shirt and got out the cup and everything like that. Believe me, I really should have. Didn't plan it, but this was what was presented to me by the wardrobe people this morning. And of course, we're talking about Everclear, which is a great band. We did a show with them a number of years ago, wasn't it?
5 years ago.
Yeah, about 5 years ago. So believe me,
Okay.
I have people choose what I wear during the interviews and stuff like that. You know what I mean? Used to be my...
You don't have a chance to choose by yourself?
No, believe me, I've done it all my life. It used to be my mother. She used to dress me once upon a time. Now it's the wife, and
Yep.
then the stage prop person. And life goes on. You know what I mean? I draw...
It never stops, it seems, yeah.
I draw the line at makeup. You know, they say, hey, listen, you've been filmed, we need to get more lights on you, we need to powder your nose and everything like that. I'm going, get away. I'm a Kiwi male, don't you even? You know what I mean? Take me as I come. That's the best way. Anyway, tell me about Little Wing.
About what?
Little Wing.
About the Little Wing, okay. That song was covered by a colored guy a few years ago. That his name was Jimi Hendrix, I guess, yeah.
Something like that.
And not to say he stole my idea, but no, the truth is, to be honest, I wanted to make a combination out of Jimi Hendrix version and the Stevie Ray Vaughan version. In the Stevie Ray version, okay, it's a great sound, it's a great guitar song, but the lyrics have to be in that song. And so I tried to combine it and do it with my own sound and my tempo, and I guess it has a really cool groove.
Well, I love it, to be honest with you, Jorg. I've listened to it many, many times since we've had it.
Okay.
And I think it's a great rendition, I really do. So, right here at Galaxy is Jorg, live from Jorg's World. Yeah, and, yeah, let it wing. Believe me, bro, I have heard so many versions of this, but I like your
I
version.
believe you.
You know,
Thank you. Thank you so much. That's a great honor. Thank you.
Well, no, believe me, it is the truth. I do like this version of it. I really, really do. Anne-Marie Shea says, I can send you some makeup. No. No, thank you, Anne-Marie. You can send some for Barbara and or for my on-air producer, but unfortunately I don't do the makeup.
Oh,
so.
hi, Delacoma. How are you?
Nice.
to see you.
Emily, you should believe me. You can't make that beautiful man more beautiful with some makeup. Really not.
Bro, wipe your chin, something's spilling out.
We have Delacoma.
You see, I'm growing it.
I do.
We have Delacoma
Yes,
watching
I-
because I introduced Delacoma to Jorg and that
Awesome.
the other day.
Yeah, I
see?
actually saw the group
So
thing the other day.
Delacoma, meet Jorg.
Yes, and your Delacoma is joining us at the moment as well.
Ah, okay. Fine.
Now, I want to let you know something, Jorg. We got in touch with Delacoma about 3 years ago.
Yeah.
Didn't hear a thing. Basically dissed us. Who the hell is that? It's Kiwis, you know what I mean? He's
No,
Australian.
no idea.
I know.
He was,
I
we
know.
what's happening.
But 3 years in the making to make the interview, and my God, what a great interview it was. You know
And
what I
now
mean?
we've grown our family, introducing them to Jorg
absolutely.
and Gear and Tim. It's amazing.
Absolutely. So,
That's huge.
believe me, bro, when you have a chat to Delacoma, please, he's a good friend of mine.
Oh, he
take
wants to
care
go
of him,
to
won't you?
Germany.
Yeah, I'll take care of him.
Nice.
And
Yeah.
I hope that he can send me some music so
Well-
can I do a little radio play for him.
Absolutely.
Here
Well, I'll
goes
tell you what, I'll do one
Delacoma.
better. I'll get him to hop in a suitcase and just pop over there.
Yeah, no problem. Yeah.
Absolutely brilliant. Brilliant. But
Yeah, it's your neighbor. It can't be so far away.
It's about a 3 hour plane.
bro, I'm going to send you a video clip of the rules of rugby union. This is our national sport, okay? I'll
Okay.
send it to you. It's also Australians' national sport.
We won't get into
Okay.
that today. Now behave yourself.
So I will send you this video clip on the rules. It's all about forwards and backs, okay? It really is.
Yeah.
And,
Okay.
and I'm sure Delacoma can follow that. It's all about forwards and backs. It really is. So believe me. And at the end of the day, best team wins, right?
Yeah. You know, I'm a really cool sportsman. I can tell you everything about playing tennis. You need 22 people with a tennis rack and one ball. You know, I'm informed.
Nice.
I know that.
Nice. I like information about lacrosse.
Okay. Yeah, tell me, please.
Well, one good kick between the legs will make the league lacrosse.
See you later, sweetheart. We have to
I
go.
see.
Bye,
Let's
Anne-Marie.
go back to the desk.
Excellent, baby.
That's right, you're right here at Galaxy 107 FM and Terry Van Cannon. Yes, I agree. Jimmy wrote Little Wing about a festival. He said the festival feeling made him feel like he could fly away. Just wondering if that was Woodstock. Yeah, good question. It could have been. Could have been about the same era.
It's possible, yeah.
Yeah, believe me, one of the most famous festivals ever. And it was a free show after that, wasn't it? Truly.
Absolutely.
Yeah, the walls came down. They really, really did. Joined this morning, coming out of Germany, is Jorg from Jorg's World. But we're not talking about Jorg's World right now. We're actually talking about Jorg, the singer, the songwriter, and the musician, and also possibly, a radio announcer as well. A number of radio stations over the years. So I'm feeling rather apprehensive to do a good job. I really, really am. Got to welcome along Karen as well. Nice to have you on board. It really, really is. Now, Jorg, it has been a little while since we last spoke on Jorg's World. How's your co-host coming out of Italy? How's she going?
Victoria, you mean?
Yes.
Oh, we're still working together, and in a few weeks before, her buddy Alessandro, he's the big man behind the scenes, and so he had developed a new show. That show is called 30 Seconds, and there we are working together as co-hosts, grilling artists. We shoot questions to them, and they have 30 seconds to answer. And you can imagine that it's not so easy. One of the most favorite questions was, "Hey, you have now 30 seconds. Please make a poem about a yellow pig. Time is running. Go." And that's absolutely amazing to see the face in that moment. I don't have a clue what to say.
A yellow pig.
Yeah.
That's interesting. I tell you what, I'm up for the challenge. Go for it. Give me some questions.
Okay, what? Let me have a look. I should have it here. I can't find the script, but one of my personal questions, I have the role as the schoolmaster because of my patented view. And one of my questions is, you make a time travel into future. What is your first question you ask a pedestrian? Go.
Where do you find the loo?
You need to fill 30 seconds.
Oh, okay. Oh, you got to take 30. I thought you were going to ask me many questions. Okay, literally, if I'm getting out, basically, Doctor Who thing, the first thing I'd want to do is go to the toilet and find the toilet, maybe, where we could find somewhere to eat, maybe somewhere to drink, accommodation, stuff like that. You never know. But going into the future, depending on how far you want to send somebody in the future, is, how are you going to respond to somebody? You're going to end up on a crossing and meeting people, maybe in a very populated place. The one thing that worries me is cars.
That should be around 30 seconds. Yeah.
Okay. Yeah, I'm sorry. I thought you were going to ask many questions in 30 seconds rather than have one question and answered in 30 seconds. I think it's only fair then that you ask me a question for 30 seconds. Let me ask you one for 30 seconds and...
okay.
Can you... okay. And I'm not going to do the desert island thing or anything like that. That's ridiculous. But what I'm going to ask is the universe is forever expanding.
Yeah.
What's it expanding into?
Go.
It's expanding into itself because it's a wholesome globe, and it expands more and more and more and more and more. And when you look on the outside, you always see that wholesome ball. So it will only expand on the inside, on the inner side, and not from the outer side. And it's a matter of the point of view.
Okay, was that 30 seconds?
Yeah.
Yeah, okay, fair enough. Yeah, fair enough.
we live in
Well, you know, what kind of worries me is what's on the outside of the ever-expanding universe to look in the first place. That's kind of scary. But more importantly, if you could drive faster than the speed of light, if you had your lights on, would they be any good? Could you use them? Would they work?
That's a brilliant question. I had one of those questions too when I was a little boy, and I was asking myself, you're driving on the backside of a lorry. You have a hammer in your hand, and you let that fall on the lorry. So what line will it be? Will it be a bow, or will it be a line when it falls down? And the lorry is moving.
Right, yeah, okay. No, it'd be a right angle.
Same thing.
Yeah, I reckon it'd be like, well, if you're going to go like that, then...
Here we go, debate.
Just imagine this. If your legs could bend in the opposite direction to what they do today as humans, you know, opposite way,
Yeah.
how interesting would chairs be?
Oh, I don't have a clue.
There's one for you to think about, literally. You know,
Yeah, I do.
hey, listen, I said to a guy the other day, just so happened he was Irish, literally, if you had an electric train doing 190 miles an hour going east, and the wind was blowing west, which way would the smoke blow?
West?
No.
An electric train going 100
Yes, gotcha. Thank you. Thank you. One of
He'll
those
use that
great embarrassing moments in my life. Thank you for that grant.
Don't worry, bro. We're going to send you the video. You'll be able to relive this as many times as you choose.
And I'll learn from that.
Yeah, never do.
I promise.
Yeah, don't talk to Grant. He comes up with weird stuff. Like, have you ever tried a vegan sausage?
No, I don't think so, no.
Yeah, no, the reason why I asked that, Jorg, is literally I've been asking everybody actually, is because I want to know, are vegan sausages made of real vegans?
Did I? Oh, yes, I did, yeah.
Okay.
That was a few years ago, and it was really amazing. It was a really cool taste, and it was the most expensive sausage I ever ate.
So, is it made of real vegans?
I think that there are vegan humans are in the production, yeah. I
Nice,
think so.
yeah, grind up a few vegans. Yeah, no worries. But, you know, you see, I've been a little disillusioned because I found out that Johnson & Johnson baby oil isn't made of real babies.
Yes, okay.
And Girl Guide biscuits, not made of real Girl Guides. You know, false advertising here. So I want to know, is vegan sausages made of real vegans? But having said that, I have spoken to a couple of vegans in the past. Even when I posed the question to, I said, you know, let's picture this. Two vegans out on a Friday night, getting on the, yeah, okay, having a few drinks, and then...
On the liquid street, yeah.
Yeah, then they get into a fight with each other. They go out into the car park, dust the, you know, knuckle dusters out. Let's have a beef. I says to him, you know, does you still call that having a beef?
Okay.
You may have never heard of that.
And if you get a slap in the face, are you still getting a chop? Okay, bro, we'll move on, shall we? Yeah, believe me, I'm getting told.
Yeah, yes.
My voice in my head saying, come on. It's
Thanks for the music.
Yeah, it's part of the best days of my life, I've got to be honest with you. Jorg, tell me about the best days of my life.
The best days of my life is a really nice ballad I wrote about Karen, or for Karen, and that's a so important part of my life. And this combination, I used a little of a megaphone voice, of a telephone voice, to cut it through the guitar, and it's played with a resonator guitar, with that, that metal thing guitar, a true metal guitar, so to say. And I tell you what, I was playing this song in Romania on a little tour we had, and the Romanians found it absolutely amazing. They absolutely loved this song, this little tiny fingerstyle ballad, and I'm still proud of it.
Well, you know something, Jorg? We absolutely love it here at Galaxy. You're getting a huge following here, and best days of my life. Literally. Kicking it out of the park. You're right here at Galaxy. Molly is joining us, and she goes, DJ, Barbara, have you seen the expansion we are seeing here with NASA and SpaceX, space exploration?
No, we know nothing about it, really.
No, we don't, but we do actually send rockets into space for Elon Musk. Is that his name? So it sounds like an aftershave or something, Elon Musk,
Yeah,
doesn't it?
does.
Yeah, for baldy men.
Yeah, yeah. We out of Gisborne, we send rockets into space there. I'm not sure. Is that SpaceX as well?
I don't know.
I don't know. I think
I'm
it
not
might have something.
interested in
Yeah.
space. I'm quite happy on Earth.
Well, hold on. The Chinese landed on Mars the other day.
Yeah, I know. Well, people have already done that. So what? Back to York. Yeah. What do you reckon?
We should ask Mark.
Yeah, we should. We should actually ask Mark. Molly says, I will keep you posted.
Okay, all right then.
Cool.
Won't be long,
Absolutely.
and we'll all be going to wherever. Yeah, awesome. We'll be able to open internationally to space our travel. Awesome.
Got it. Yes, Musk is head of SpaceX. I knew there was something there with SpaceX.
You know, it's
Elon
interesting.
Musk.
It's very interesting. But
Yeah, yeah. It still sounds like a
Anyway.
body spray of some sort, though. It does. How
Or a
you?
wacky for putting it on your breakfast bread,
Yeah, something.
like a cream or something.
Yeah, something. Yeah, a condiment. Yeah.
Or that, yeah.
Yeah, we could
Yeah.
call it a
Little
condiment.
condom.
Molly says love it. Cool. Yeah, love it. Seriously? Oh, okay. No, it's just a long intro into the song before Jorg starts singing.
Yes.
I thought we were running out of time, we were running into it. Are you feeling okay there, Jorg? You don't need a stiff drink?
I'm absolutely fine. I have my bottle of water here, if necessary. I could drain in it.
I beg your pardon. I know of no such thing. And will participate in none of that.
But
Yeah.
believe me, it's really only water. It's not sparkling vodka.
Yeah, well, you know, you pussy.
Well, you can't be like that with Dave.
No, believe me, Viking Queen will teach you how to drink, bro.
Yeah, I'm not getting involved.
Molly says cool sounds. We like it too. Thank you, Molly. Coming out of
Thank you.
Jacksonville, Florida is Molly and Charles. And big hugs and kisses to Charles as well. We love Charles.
I'd like to hear something in German from you, Jorg.
So should we throw something over live for Jorg to do live? Are you up for playing a song live?
Okay,
Not
no
now.
problem. Let me
After,
plug in the
after.
cable.
Well,
After.
I tell you what, you've still got a minute and 55.
We'll do it after.
You've still got just a minute and a half, so let's do something different for a change.
Yeah, well, all right. Well, you're going to stop the music there. And,
We'll do one live. What do you reckon?
All right.
And then we'll go back to the interview and everything.
all right.
after that.
Well, Well, you have to tell him when he's playing.
Yeah, I will let him know.
All right, cool.
I'll give
Can't
him the
wait.
thumbs up.
So you guys, you're lucky you're going to see a live performance from Jorg.
Absolutely.
Woohoo!
Thanks, Bud, says Chuck. Well, Chuck, absolute pleasure. I tell you what, if you get a chance, go down and check out AEW Wrestling. I want to know what it's like. I really, really do. Watch them on the interwebby thing all the time. It's got my interest. It really has. I think it's Daly's Place, something like that, or Dave's Place? Daly's Place? Brilliant. Absolutely fantastic.
All right, it looks like not yet. Can't go yet.
Hang in there, bro.
Together we are one. Together we are strong. I know it can't be wrong. No more being lonely. No longer feeling
Yeah, I kind of know that we have time constraints and everything like that, but I'm throwing the whole rattle, all the toys out of the cot. I really, really am. And going to do something a little different this time. Literally, I'll kind of put Jorg on the spot and says, well, how about doing something live? So I tell you what, let's throw it all the way over to Germany and say, Jorg, take it away.
Yeah, okay, if you want to. Then I'm playing a really old song. I grabbed one book and here is the song. Goodbye to you, my trusted friends. We've known each other since we're 9 or 10. Together we've climbed hills and trees. Land of love and ABCs. Skinned our hearts and skinned our knees. Goodbye, my friend, it's hard to die. When all the birds are singing in the sky, now that the spring's in the air, pretty girls are everywhere. Think of me, and I'll be there. We had joy, we had fun, we had seasons in the sun. Up the hills that we climbed were just seasons out of time. Yeehaw!
Believe me, bro, I love Seasons in the Sun, I really do. And even that version, I really, really enjoyed that. Thank you very much, my bro. Absolute pleasure. Now, I do have a question for you.
Yeah.
Sold my soul to rock and roll.
Yeah.
How much did it cost in the first place?
It costs my soul, indeed.
Yeah, exactly. How much did your soul cost?
It costs the cost of the recording.
Okay, well, you know, I could have been up for a buyer there, to be honest with you. You know, I don't mind catching everybody's soul every now and again, you know, just... You didn't talk to me about this. What's going on?
In that song, Sold My Soul, I was thinking about how I could come to the big worldwide success. And the only way to have this kind of success is to sell your soul. Because selling songs, selling albums, you know, it's pretty hard at the moment. But if you give your soul, you'll have the success. That's such an easy deal.
Did you go down to the crossroads?
Yes, and there I met Steve Y playing the Crossroads theme. You know, from time to time we all meet at this crossroad, and we have a chat, and we have a look at the shelf where all the spare souls are in, and try to exchange it. Yeah.
Okay, I kind of get that, I do. So, in the meantime, let's get a little serial here. Talk about it. Sold My Soul to Rock and Roll. Tell me your version of all about that.
To sell my soul, yeah.
Yeah, why
Yeah,
did
it
you do
was
that?
It was an idea I had. Sitting, there was a thunderstorm raging outside, and I had that idea that would be exactly the moment somebody knocks on your door, and you're fiddling around with your guitar, and you will get an offer. So that was the idea.
You know, bro, I love your mind. I really, really do. You're right here at Galaxy 107 FM, joined live, coming out of Germany by Jorg from Jorg's World. Soul to rock and roll. How you feeling, bro? You okay?
Yeah, that song, I love it. I still love it. It's not the usual thing I do, but from time to time you need a cliffhanger on any album. You start with the blues, with the slow things, with a little bit of resonator, and then comes the moment, okay, now it's enough bluesing around, and now I need a rock and roll, or I need a little bit of up-tempo song, and that was the cliffhanger.
Absolutely, I've got it. I love it. I really, really do.
Thank you.
Now I got to let you know your Gotham City is next. This
Hey, have a good
literally,
job,
bro,
practice,
is your most
Jerry.
requested
Catch you
song.
later.
People are
Bye.
going nuts
Have a good
over
one.
this. They really
That's
are.
amazing, yeah.
And
That's so cool.
I've
And
also
I'll tell you what, that is the favorite song of Karen, she told me today.
awesome. Well, I tell you what, it's my favourite Jorg song as well. It really, really is. So, because I
I
didn't
feel
know
honoured.
about it until we actually did the very first Jorg's World when you played it, and I went,
Yeah.
I like that. It's been quite the experiment seeing how it would play here at Galaxy, and it's just going crazy, bro.
Cool. That's so cool. That's amazing. Gotham City.
Yeah, believe me, bro. Absolutely fantastic. By the way, we're in 74 countries this morning, and how many cities was it?
194. 195.
195 cities so far. We are global today, bro. Literally.
So cool.
More so.
But Grant, one question.
Sure.
One question that's really interesting for me. Do you still hear the voices in your ear without your earbuds?
No.
Because of
Okay.
the
No.
speak to them.
No.
Then everything's okay.
Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah. I actually thought it was just tuning out, but no. Yeah.
Don't
No.
run into problems.
That's why she makes the most of it when she's got the job, bro.
Okay.
He didn't put out the rubbish last night.
Yeah, believe me, I get the whole shopping list.
Okay.
Yes. Yes, I'm putting them back on. You
Oh,
can
that's
talk to
nice.
me.
Karen said that's his best song.
Better you do.
Karen, I agree. I do. Karen says it's Jorg's best song.
Thank you. Thank you, my dear.
I agree. Absolutely. I do. You know, Karen, I do agree. I think it's his best song as well. Nice to have the bobby socks, you know, the hair ponytail stuff. Takes you back in the day. And, well, you know, as Jorg says, sometimes you can just too much blues it. You need to be able to put a bit of rock into it. I absolutely agree.
Yeah.
I really do. Jorg, it's an absolute pleasure to have you with us. It really, really is. As an announcer, as an interviewer, I hope I hold up with your standards of professionalism.
Of what? Excuse me. That was too fast. Yeah,
Well,
you know, speak slow. Yeah, you know what I mean.
I need more alcohol to be able to speak that slow.
Yeah, that would be the same level then.
Yeah, literally. Yeah, you might even be able to understand me then. Maybe it's my accent. Could be. You never know. Hard to understand in some countries. Literally.
Not really. Not really. I'm training, listening to your shows from time to time, and I learned a lot.
Have you?
Yeah.
Well, if you
Sure,
start
really?
if you start swearing, say that's because I learned it from a Kiwi.
Yeah, and if somebody will ask me, then I'll tell him I learned everything I can say from a Kiwi.
There you go. If you're going to do that, then let me give you something that's traditional here in New Zealand, right? From
Okay, yeah.
from the indigenous folks, the Maori, kia ora.
And that means?
Hello, welcome, basically. It's a greeting.
Okay. Okay. How? Kiwi? What?
Close. You know the car, the Kia, K-I-A?
Yeah.
Ora, O-R-A. Kia ora.
Kia ora. Kia ora.
Yes, there you go.
Kia ora. And that's kind of hello.
Yeah, it's a welcome.
Okay.
And to
Kia
simplify,
ora.
yeah,
Okay.
to simplify it, it's a welcome. You know what I mean?
That sounds a little bit like Hawaiian.
Possibly, yeah. Believe me, there's a lot of similarities in the language. I got to admit that.
Okay.
But there's a lot of differences as well. There really is. Molly says you mentioned Crossroads. Yep, believe me. Eric Clapton, absolutely. Believe me, great artist there too. Eric Clapton, he really, really was. Jorg, I got to let you know that so far, since we've been playing this, and now I first heard this particular track on Jorg's World when we very first were guest co-hosts on Jorg's World.
First meeting, yeah.
Absolutely, I loved the track. I said to Barbara, we got to get this track. You know what I mean?
Okay.
I remember asking you personally, would you please send it to me? You did, and I appreciate that. We put it through the production system and put it into the system, played it a number of times, and, well, so far to date, 3,217 requests for it. It is going ballistic. Tell me about
Whoa.
it. Yeah, it really is, and I don't know.
Whoa.
I don't know how that happened. So you tell me, Jorg, what makes Gotham City so successful?
The truth, or do you want a weird story?
Oh yeah, no, embellish it for God's sake.
Okay. Now the truth is, you know that guy Khalif Whalen Walter. So I met him on just for a handshake on the Brizoi Open Air in Romania. He was the main star. I was the cannon fodder. So the first place on a Sunday evening. But we met there, and we keep we're in contact since then. And I was encouraged enough to send Khalif that track. So Khalif, what do you say? You're the blues master. What do you say to Gotham City? The first he told me, okay, the lyrics are quite okay. You should hear a word and there a word, but make it a bit slower. Okay, and I turned it down from 90 to 88.5, and that was the magic in the song. From that moment, you play that song. So I'm going to play that song, and I feel the magic of that Gotham City, of that ambience, of that dark and of all that crime happening there. I can feel it, and that was the point to make it a little bit slower. Thank you, Khalif, for that.
You know, I get that. I really, really do. And what a great person to be able to bring that point up. I mean, we've met Khalif Whalen Walter ourselves. As I said earlier on, I was a little worried that I might have killed him, actually. You laughed that much, you wouldn't take a breath.
I did.
Yeah, literally, I felt, you know, I was almost feeling guilty, to be honest. Tell him another joke. No, don't. Tell him, go on. No, don't do it. Tell him another joke. See if he falls over, whatever. You know what I mean? It was one of those, I was torn with myself. Shall I continue this on or should I be serious? I ended up being serious because I didn't want him to fall over and die. Like, I mean, it was so long before he took a breath. I'm sitting there going, oh my gosh, is he going to be all right? I was talking to my producer going, keep an eye on this guy. If need be, call an ambulance for him. You know what I mean? I was that worried.
Yeah,
It was in Germany, in
But
Düsseldorf.
I was that impressed with the man as well. You know what I mean?
It was nice to see.
The thing is, I see the respect from you as well towards Khalif, and believe me, I think he's a well-deserved artist. He really, really is, and he deserves the respect. He really, really does. So, without further ado,
Definitely.
here, coming from Germany, out of Jorg's world, is Jorg, the man himself in Galaxy, and my favourite Jorg song, Gotham City. How you feeling, bro?
Great. Great.
Right.
Absolutely amazing. Great.
I'm a little worried. It's bloody late over there for you, my bro, and I've really got to thank you for staying up.
Grant, you know, I can sleep when I'm dead. I will have enough time then to take a sleep, to have a rest, and so also. No worries.
You know,
like that,
Mark from Fiction 6, I was actually talking to him about ghosts. You know what I mean? And somehow the conversation got turned over to ghosts. And I said to him, you know, I do believe in ghosts because in the last building we were in before we moved here, it was spooked out. It really was. Poor Barbara was getting absolutely haunted.
Yeah.
I'm not kidding. Her chairs would go up and down, no matter what chair she was in. She could be sitting on the staff couch and she could feel somebody sitting beside her.
Yeah.
I would stay over alone at night some nights. But I had a couple of guard dogs with me, and they're sitting there in the dark. You could see their heads moving left, right, and centre, but you could hear footsteps. You know what I mean? It's like,
That's really spooky. Yeah.
yeah. Well, it gets even weirder because literally the office chairs were going across the floor at
Yeah, it's
2 o'clock
true.
in the morning. It's getting the nuts. It really is. And Barbara would say, I can smell people's aftershave or perfumes that wasn't there. It was like, can you? I can't smell a damn thing.
Yeah.
That's really weird. Yeah.
You know.
It's interesting.
But I was talking to Mark about it, and I says, you know, Mark, because I asked him, do you believe in a soul? You know, what happens to, you know, it doesn't matter what happens to the body after you die, but do you believe in a soul?
Yeah.
What happens to that? Is it a frequency thing? You know,
I think so, yeah.
Is it interdimensional? You know what I mean? And sometimes you get a little stuck in between dimensions and get into the next dimension. But is it a frequency thing? That's why we can't see them per se. It's because our visionary, you know, we're only set up for so many frequencies and stuff and violet lights and that sort of stuff.
Yeah, it may be a fourth dimension, and we can only see in 3 dimensions.
Well, yeah, well, we only just look and think about 3 dimensions. I said to one guy the other day, I reckon there's about 7 dimensions that we are still yet to discover.
Yes, I see. I wanted to say we are musicians and we're thinking in 5 dimensions, no, in 6 dimensions, 6 strings and so. But 7 dimensions after having a drink is much cooler.
Yeah, absolutely. And the place to be. Literally.
Absolutely.
Yep, nothing like being in the 7th dimension. It's like taking the lift to the 13th floor. How many hotels have you ever been in that's actually got a 13th floor?
I did not. Please repeat it.
How many hotels have you ever stayed in that has a 13th floor?
None.
I was in 3 hotels now 4 hotels in all my life, and I'm not sure if there was a 13th floor. I don't have a clue.
You see, it's only the hotel trade that's biased against the number 13.
Okay.
I challenge you to look everywhere in the world, see how many hotels you can find with the 13th floor. Not many, if any.
Okay.
Literally.
I didn't know.
Believe me, I've spent many, many years travelling around the world with bands and stuff like that, and we get put into these luxurious hotels. They're absolutely stunning. And we automatically go, which is the 13th floor? I want to stay on the 13th floor, please. You know?
Okay.
And they look at you weird and go, no. No, we don't have one. It's like, what have you got against
That's a
13?
similar thing to the Microsoft system Windows 9. Did you ever hear of Windows 9?
No.
I think they jumped from 8 to 10.
Yeah, absolutely. I
Didn't
see
they?
where you're coming from. Yeah, they did. Yeah.
I think that's the same reason.
Yep.
Must be the same reason.
Yep. But you see, in Germany, 9 means no, doesn't it?
That's correct.
So-
9 means no.
Yeah. So therefore, it would be a pointless exercise selling 9 to Germans.
Okay. I can accept that.
There you go. Let's go back to the desk. We'll wrap it up from here, but don't go anywhere just yet. You all okay?
Okay.
You know, absolutely, I'm not lying. That is my favourite Jorg track. It really, really is. Gotham City here at Galaxy. Molly Dietrich, maybe Hotel California. You're talking about the Eagles. Well, actually, it was only 2 stories. I've been to the hotel that they wrote the song about. But I didn't order the wine.
The candles.
Yeah, no, nothing about candles either. Not into it. But yes, famous place. In fact, I'm not sure whether it's still standing. They may have torn it down now. It was rather dubious as well. I had some dubious lifestyle that went on, I think, through the 90s, something like that. So you never know. I'll have to follow that one up. But yeah, only 2 stories. Didn't go 13 stories high. But talking about 13 stories, you see, the reason I used to ask is before we would go into a hotel that tall, we'd stand outside and count them. You know what I mean? And then they go, oh no, we've got 16 stories. I'm going, okay, can I stay on the 13th? No, we don't have. But you've only got 15 floors. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Yeah.
I understand that.
They've skipped from 12 to 14.
And you
And
expected to see a hole where the 13th floor should be.
wouldn't you? Exactly. It's just not logic, is it? You brought up 1, 2, 3,
It ain't
you know,
no-
12, 13, 14. So you expect that life would assimilate unless you're in the hotelier trade.
Yeah. Yeah, this way, yeah.
Just gets me, it really does. You know, it's one of these questions now. I don't know whether you know this or not, but I like to name things. You know what I mean? Like New Zealand, I don't know whether you know about New Zealand, but we're made up of 3, count them, 1, 2, 3 islands, right?
Okay, yeah.
The indigenous folks of New Zealand call us Aotearoa, we're land of the long white cloud. We call ourselves New Zealand, and right down the very bottom of New Zealand is a little island called Stewart. It got a name. You know what I mean? And then whoever named the country, well, run out of imagination and called the next one South.
Okay.
Yeah, then the next one after that, North, as you would expect, you know.
Yes, I would expect that.
You know, I want to, you know, rename them into something, you know, more appropriate. I mean, if you can have Stuart, nice manly name, the hell has North got to do with it? You know what I mean? Or South, you know? Yeah, come on, we need more names.
Yeah.
But yet again, have you ever thought about the moon? Now, the reason why I say that, my friend, and I'm being very serious here, is that man right now is looking for another planet, right?
Yeah.
You know,
Yeah.
something in the Goldilocks zone kind of deal where it will support human life. Now, we
Yeah.
have been finding, scientists have been finding a number of planets out there that we didn't know existed before, and, well, you know, we're forever finding them. But we've got the arrogance of, firstly, we're naming these things without asking those people that live there in the first place, do we?
Yeah.
Yeah,
I see, yeah.
yeah, I think that's wrong. But I tell you what, we also give their moons, when you find one with a moon, we give the moon a name as well, don't we?
Why not, yeah.
Okay, so,
But how should we call it?
well, you can call it anything you want, you know, call it Peter, call it your house,
Paul.
yeah, but, yeah, I mean, we're so original that we call ours Moon.
Okay.
I want to rename the
Okay.
moon. I think we should rename the moon.
Let us name it Paul. Okay?
Paul.
Okay, why not? Well, I tell you what, I was thinking Brian.
Okay. We can call him maybe John Boy. Or Paul Bryan. Paul
Well,
Bryan, that sounds so intellectual.
well, it does, you know, celestial body Paul Brian. I like that.
Yeah, okay.
Yeah, it would look,
Accepted.
yeah, it would look good on a check as well, wouldn't it? You've got a check from celestial body Paul Brian. I like that. Yeah,
People don't use checks.
cash it at the local bank, literally.
And also easy to remember. Yeah, that's nice.
Yes, Molly, it was the Eagles Hotel California for sure. Now, I got to thank everybody, and don't go anywhere just yet. You're going to know it's late, and I really appreciate you spending the time being silly with me today. It's been an absolute
thank you.
pleasure, and believe me, we love Jorg's music. We really, really do. Karen, such a pleasure to have you on board as well. Thank you for joining us, and thank you for your support with Jorg's World as well. I see your support there all the time. I really do. So you do such a wonderful job. Jorg, when is Jorg's World coming back?
Oh, there's some news. You know, I told you about those 30-second show. That's once a week on Wednesdays. And I started a new show on every Sunday now, where I only have one guest out of my radio show. So a little bit similar to what you do there, but I want my guests to play a live song or to show a video of them, and that happens every Sunday now, from now. I started last Sunday, the next Sunday. So this week I will have Emily Glazner from Red Iris. You may know her.
Yes.
And I'm talking to Terry Von Cannon. So I would love to have him in one of the next shows on a Sunday. And when I have enough of this great artists, I think I will do one big show again, Jorg's World Alive, with 5 or 6, with you maybe, and Barbara maybe
There's
John.
no maybe.
Yeah,
You're going to
absolutely.
maybe,
We
but-
would love to be a part of it. We're very, very honoured that you would consider us coming back again. I'm pretty sure that you would thought after the first time, you know, those guys are crazy, don't do it.
Ridiculous.
It's not healthy, but thank you for the consideration. It really, really is. If you need anybody in the blues scenario coming out of North Carolina, Terry Van Cannon is the man. He knows so much talent. He really, really does. And he's such a talented man in his own right. Plays lap steel. He has a bobblehead toy made after him. You know, I'm trying to wangle one out of his tight hands. He's just not giving me one. But believe me, very, very talented man in his own right, and has his finger on the pulse of blues. He really, really does. A lot of respect for that man. You don't go anywhere just yet, but I've got to thank you so much for joining us here at
Thank
Galaxy.
you for having me here.
It is an absolute pleasure, it is. And also an absolute pleasure to have Karen joining in as well. Very, very cool. But in the meantime, let's go back to Studio B. You're right here at Galaxy. And let's do a time out. Here's the Baha Men who let the dogs out here at Galaxy.
5, 4, you.